Imagine walking down the street and seeing someone you would never expect to succeed. Someone who, by every conventional measure, seems dumber than you, yet lives a life that most people only dream about. They own expensive cars, travel the world, and their wealth seems to grow effortlessly, while highly intelligent, skilled, and educated people struggle to make ends meet. This scenario is not rare. It is a recurring pattern throughout history. From the political intrigues of Renaissance Italy to the billion-dollar startups of Silicon Valley, the first thing you must understand is that wealth and intelligence are not synonymous. Our society has conditioned us to believe that intelligence guarantees success, that hard work always leads to wealth, and that talent alone opens doors. The truth is far more complicated. Intelligence can make you efficient, thoughtful, and innovative, but it does not ensure influence, opportunity, or financial abundance. Highly intelligent people often overthink, second-guess, and analyze endlessly. They meticulously plan every step, weigh all possible risks, and anticipate countless outcomes. Yet they often fail to act decisively. Meanwhile, those who appear dumber often succeed because they act boldly, exploit opportunities, and understand people better than their smarter peers. Niccolò Machiavelli, the Renaissance strategist, knew this centuries ago. He argued that intelligence alone does not create power. Perception, manipulation, and decisive action do. Many people who seem less intelligent intuitively grasp this. They leverage timing, exploit trends, and manipulate social perception. They act with audacity while the highly intelligent hesitate. Take modern tech entrepreneurs who left college. By traditional measures, they were less equipped to handle complex business challenges than their peers. Yet they built empires. Their success was not due to raw intelligence alone, but to risk-taking, strategic social behavior, and execution. These individuals understood that wealth favors action more than deliberation. People often overestimate intelligence as a predictor of success. Degrees, test scores, and certificates are visible markers, and we assume that those who possess them will naturally outperform others. However, wealth often follows those who understand human psychology, not just logic. Individuals who appear dumber can dominate because they manipulate perception, appear confident, and act decisively. Confidence, charisma, and visibility often outweigh competence in determining opportunity. Consider a social media influencer who lacks formal education or technical knowledge. Their success comes from relatability, timing, and social influence rather than deep expertise. Society rewards those who can capture attention and manipulate perception. This explains why seemingly less intelligent people often rise faster than their smarter counterparts. Modern examples abound. Social media entrepreneurs, TikTok stars, and viral content creators often have minimal formal education, but amass millions of followers and substantial income. Their wealth is generated through audience engagement, sponsorships, and influence, not by technical skill. In the tech world, visionaries like Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates dropped out of college, but leveraged bold action, networking, and strategic timing to build billion-dollar companies. Many of their more educated peers delayed action, seeking perfect conditions that never arrived. Even in less glamorous fields, people who seem less capable can achieve financial success through audacity, networking, and understanding trends. Audiences, investors, and society at large often reward confidence, decisiveness, and perception more than intelligence. Wealth is not a reward for being smart. It is a reward for being effective, for navigating human behavior, and for seizing opportunities with boldness. The dumber rich often excel in social cunning, risk-taking, and timing. They understand patterns in human behavior and capitalize on them before smarter individuals even notice. The lesson is clear. Intelligence without action is wasted potential. Analysis and knowledge alone do not create wealth. Boldness, social perception, timing, and execution are far more valuable in the pursuit of financial success. Consider the psychology at play. Highly intelligent people may overestimate the importance of knowledge, expertise, and skill, while underestimating the value of social perception, audacity, and timing. They may be technically competent, but socially invisible, hesitant to act, or risk-averse. In contrast, Those who seem less intelligent act with confidence, manipulate perception, and exploit opportunity, which leads to faster wealth accumulation. Take the example of viral internet sensations. Many have no formal training in marketing, production, or business, yet they generate enormous wealth. Their understanding of audience behavior, trends, and social proof allows them to outperform more educated, analytical individuals. The same pattern exists in entrepreneurship. Bold action and perception often outperform careful planning and technical knowledge. The most intelligent people often fall victim to analysis paralysis, while those with less apparent intelligence succeed through instinct, audacity, and social leverage. History reinforces this lesson. During the Renaissance, merchants and political figures who were not the most educated or intelligent often rose to power through cunning, alliances, and strategic action. Their dumbness was often a facade, hiding an intuitive grasp of human nature and social dynamics. In the modern era, the principle is the same. Billionaires, influencers, and viral stars succeed because they understand human behavior and act decisively, not necessarily because they are the most intelligent. The key insight is this: intelligence is not a guarantee of wealth. Action, social cunning, audacity, timing, and perception are far more decisive. To achieve financial success, you must prioritize execution over analysis, perception over mere competence, and boldness over hesitation. Smarter individuals often fail not due to a lack of knowledge, but due to a lack of decisive action, risk-taking, and social strategy. The wealthiest, seemingly dumber people succeed because they understand the rules of social influence, human psychology, and opportunity exploitation. Recognizing this pattern is the first step toward aligning your own strategy with the realities of success. You must learn to act decisively, embrace calculated risks, leverage perception, and understand the psychology of those around you. The illusion of intelligence as a predictor of wealth must be shattered. True financial success is achieved not by being the smartest, but by being the most effective, bold, and socially adept in navigating the complex world of human opportunity. By embracing these principles, you position yourself to compete in a system that rewards perception, action, and audacity more than intellect alone. In the end, understanding this dynamic allows you to move from frustration to strategic advantage. You no longer need to envy the dumb or rich because you can emulate their approach, act boldly, manipulate perception ethically, understand human behavior, and execute relentlessly. This is the first chapter of understanding why people seemingly less intelligent than you rise to wealth while others stagnate. Recognizing the power of execution, audacity, social cunning, and perception is the foundation for any strategic pursuit of wealth. Intelligence alone is a tool, not a guarantee. To succeed, you must combine intelligence with action, social insight, and bold execution. Begins where we left off, diving deeper into the Machiavellian mindset that allows seemingly less intelligent people to accumulate wealth while smarter individuals struggle. The truth is that wealth is not distributed fairly according to intelligence or effort. It is distributed according to strategy, perception, and the ability to exploit human behavior. People who appear dumber often understand this intuitively, while highly intelligent individuals are trapped in overthinking and moral hesitation. The core of this phenomenon lies in what can be called the Machiavellian mindset. This mindset does not require a genius IQ. It requires an understanding of human behavior, audacity, timing, and the ability to manipulate perception. To succeed, one must first recognize that most people make predictable mistakes. They underestimate the power of confidence, overestimate the value of intelligence, and assume that rules, logic, and fairness will govern outcomes. The Machiavellian thinker understands that humans are driven by emotion, bias, and perception more than reason. Those who grasp this truth and act accordingly can outperform even the smartest people. In terms of wealth and influence, one crucial aspect of this mindset is exploiting human behavior. Most people are predictable in their desires, fears, and reactions. The dumb or rich understand patterns in human behavior and leverage them to their advantage. They know that people respond to appearances, social proof, and charisma more than competence or expertise. This allows them to create opportunities, build networks, and influence decisions without possessing the deepest knowledge. Another pillar of the Machiavellian mindset is boldness over knowledge. Highly intelligent individuals often hesitate because they fear mistakes, embarrassment, or moral compromise. They analyze endlessly, seeking the perfect plan. In contrast, seemingly less intelligent people act decisively, even recklessly. Bold action generates visibility, momentum, and opportunity. Fortune favors the bold, not the brilliant. Timing, audacity, and decisiveness often outweigh intelligence. Networking is another secret weapon. Dumber people often excel at connecting with others. They may not calculate every interaction meticulously, but they understand the social game. They charm, flatter, and strategically position themselves. Their social capital can surpass their intellectual capital, giving them access to opportunities that more intelligent, socially cautious individuals miss. Perception manipulation is equally vital. In the world of wealth and influence, appearance often trumps reality. People who appear confident, successful, and competent attract opportunities, even if they lack technical skill or deep knowledge. Those who understand this principle can command influence disproportionate to their actual abilities. Case studies illuminate this principle in action. Take social media influencers, many of whom have no formal education or technical expertise. Their success comes from timing, relatability, and social perception rather than skill. They exploit attention, trends, and audience psychology to create immense financial gain. In entrepreneurship, the same pattern exists. Visionaries who dropped out of college or lacked formal training leveraged networks, timing, and decisive action to build billion-dollar companies. Meanwhile, their smarter, more educated peers overanalyzed, hesitated, and missed opportunity. Even in traditional business, those who act boldly, cultivate relationships, and manipulate perception often outperform technically superior competitors. Wealth favors those who understand human behavior, execute decisively, and embrace audacity. The Machiavellian mindset also involves strategic risk-taking. Calculated risks, even if imperfectly informed, generate momentum and opportunity. Highly intelligent individuals often avoid risk due to fear of failure, missing chances for exponential gains. Dumber individuals act, learn from mistakes, and adjust, creating compounding advantage over time. Another principle is the awareness of social proof and herd behavior. Humans are influenced by others' behavior, often unconsciously. Those who understand trends, popularity, and perception can manipulate attention, demand, and influence. Viral products, trends, and ideas often come from individuals who are not the most intelligent, but are the most socially aware. Over time, these small advantages compound, producing massive wealth and influence. To adopt a Machiavellian mindset, one must internalize several truths. Intelligence alone does not create wealth. Boldness and execution outweigh hesitation. Social perception can be leveraged to amplify success. Human behavior is predictable and exploitable, and calculated risks generate momentum. Recognizing these truths allows individuals to move beyond envy toward strategy. Instead of resenting the dumb or rich, one can emulate their approach, act boldly, cultivate social influence, manipulate perception ethically, and seize opportunity with decisiveness. History reinforces this lesson. Political figures, merchants, and strategists who were not the most intelligent often rose to power because they understood timing, human nature, and social influence. Their apparent dumbness hid intuitive mastery of social mechanics. In the modern era, the principle remains the same. Billionaires, influencers, and entrepreneurs succeed not because they are the smartest, but because they understand human behavior, act decisively, and leverage perception to their advantage. Wealth is therefore a measure of execution, audacity, and social intelligence, not simply knowledge or technical skill. Applying the Machiavellian mindset involves a combination of observation, bold action, strategic networking, and perception management. Those who master these elements position themselves for disproportionate success. Intelligence is a tool, not a guarantee. Without action, insight into human behavior, and audacity, knowledge alone will not translate into wealth. To compete effectively, one must act decisively, embrace risk, manipulate social perception, and leverage opportunities when they arise. In conclusion, the Machiavellian mindset reveals why seemingly less intelligent people achieve extraordinary wealth. By understanding human behavior, executing boldly, leveraging networks, manipulating perception, and embracing strategic risks, these individuals outpace smarter peers. Recognizing and internalizing these principles allows you to adopt a mindset that emphasizes effectiveness over intelligence, action over analysis, and social insight over raw knowledge. In the pursuit of wealth, the Machiavellian approach is clear: act decisively, understand people, exploit opportunity, and never underestimate the power of perception. Success favors the bold, socially aware, and perceptive, not just the intelligent. Embracing this mindset sets the foundation for navigating the complex game of wealth accumulation and influence. Dives deeper into the real-world phenomenon of why seemingly less intelligent people often amass extraordinary wealth while smarter, more capable individuals lag behind. Understanding this requires analyzing modern examples, psychological patterns, and behavioral strategies that the dumber rich exploit to their advantage. One of the most striking features of this phenomenon is that it is repeatable and predictable. Across industries, cultures, and eras, people who succeed without remarkable intelligence share common traits: audacity, social cunning, risk-taking, and the ability to exploit trends and perception. Consider social media as a modern stage for this principle. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and other platforms have created new wealth rapidly, often for creators with minimal formal education or technical skill. Viral content creators, often dismissed as dumber by traditional standards, generate millions of dollars because they understand attention, relatability, timing, and audience psychology. Their intelligence is applied in a practical, behavioral sense rather than a theoretical one. In entrepreneurship, the pattern is equally evident. Founders who dropped out of college or lacked formal training built billion-dollar companies. By acting decisively, leveraging networks, and exploiting market inefficiencies, their success came not from deep expertise, but from bold execution, strategic perception, and understanding human behavior. Meanwhile, more educated, highly intelligent peers frequently overanalyze, delaying decisions and missing opportunities. Psychological research supports this pattern. Studies show that overthinking, perfectionism, and fear of failure, traits common among highly intelligent individuals, can inhibit action and reduce opportunity exploitation. Conversely, individuals willing to take imperfect action gain experiential knowledge, momentum, and access to opportunities that compound over time. Risk-taking, when calculated and socially informed, becomes a powerful wealth-building tool. Audacity generates visibility, and visibility generates opportunity. Another critical factor is networking. People often underestimate the value of social capital. Those who appear less intelligent but cultivate relationships, charm, and influence can access resources, information, and opportunities that their smarter, socially reserved peers cannot. Wealth in many cases is less about what you know and more about who you know and how you influence them. Real-world examples illustrate this vividly. Consider viral entrepreneurs who launched businesses on trends they recognized before experts did. Many had minimal formal education or deep technical expertise, yet their ability to perceive human behavior, market sentiment, and social momentum allowed them to succeed spectacularly. Even outside technology or media, similar patterns appear. Real estate moguls, marketers, and investors often leverage audacity, perception, and strategic networking to build empires. They understand human nature and timing more than they rely on intelligence or analytical skill. The principle of social proof and herd behavior is central to this strategy. People tend to follow perceived success, popularity, or confidence, often without analyzing substance. The dumber rich exploit this by signaling confidence, authority, and credibility, gaining disproportionate influence over decisions and markets. Intelligence, while valuable, is often wasted when it is not paired with action and social leverage. Execution, perception, audacity, and understanding of human psychology are what create real advantage. History provides further evidence. During the Renaissance, merchants and political figures who were not the most intelligent or educated often rose to prominence through strategic alliances, manipulation, and bold action. Their apparent lack of intellect was overshadowed by their mastery of social influence and opportunity exploitation. In modern business, similar patterns persist. Bold founders, charismatic entrepreneurs, and media personalities leverage social perception, audience behavior, and networking to build wealth far exceeding that of smarter, more technically competent peers. Another key insight is the power of visibility and attention. Opportunities favor those who are seen. Those who act boldly, position themselves in the public eye, and exploit trends gain momentum that multiplies over time. Intelligence alone cannot create this momentum. Action, social awareness, and timing do. Moreover, the dumb or rich often embrace imperfection. They act despite uncertainty, adjust as they go, and exploit feedback from the real world. Highly intelligent individuals frequently seek perfection before acting, resulting in lost time and missed opportunities. Compounding advantage favors the active over the cautious. Strategic risk-taking is central to this dynamic. Calculated, informed risks, even if they result in failure at times, generate learning, exposure, and opportunity. Bold action, combined with social insight, creates leverage that intelligence without action cannot replicate. Psychological insight is also crucial. Understanding cognitive biases, emotional triggers, and social influence allows these individuals to manipulate perception ethically and effectively. They gain advantage by aligning human behavior with opportunity, turning social understanding into tangible wealth. In conclusion, the real-world examples demonstrate a clear pattern. People who appear less intelligent often achieve wealth because they act boldly, exploit human behavior, leverage social perception, and embrace strategic risk. Highly intelligent individuals may possess superior knowledge, but without audacity, execution, and social insight, their advantage remains unrealized. Recognizing these patterns allows anyone to emulate the strategies of the dumb or rich. Take decisive action. Cultivate relationships, understand human psychology, embrace calculated risks, and leverage perception and visibility. Wealth, influence, and success favor those who are effective in these areas, not merely the smartest. By internalizing these lessons, individuals can move from frustration to strategy, learning to compete effectively in a system that rewards audacity, social intelligence, and decisive execution above raw intellect alone. History, psychology, and modern examples all converge to reveal the truth. Intelligence is a tool, not a guarantee. Action, perception, audacity, and social understanding are the levers of wealth. Mastery of these levers allows the dumb or rich to outpace their smarter peers, creating opportunity, momentum, and lasting influence in the process. Those who understand and apply these principles position themselves to achieve disproportionate success in an unpredictable, competitive world where execution and perception always trump intelligence alone. Concludes our deep dive into why people seemingly less intelligent than you often accumulate wealth, while smarter individuals struggle, and it focuses on actionable strategies, lessons, and the mindset needed to replicate their success. By now, it is clear that intelligence alone does not guarantee wealth. Boldness, social insight, execution, and the ability to manipulate perception ethically are far more powerful levers. In this final chapter, we will synthesize these insights into practical understanding. First, the most critical factor in achieving disproportionate wealth is decisive action. The dumb or rich do not hesitate. They act boldly, even without perfect information. They understand that waiting for certainty leads to missed opportunities. High IQ individuals often become trapped in analysis paralysis, fearing failure or judgment. The lesson here is simple but profound. To compete effectively, you must prioritize execution over perfection. Action creates momentum, visibility, and learning, all of which compound over time. Next is mastery of human behavior. Understanding psychology is far more valuable than raw intellect in creating wealth. People are predictable in their desires, fears, and reactions. Those who can anticipate behavior, influence decisions, and manipulate perception ethically gain access to opportunities and resources unavailable to those who rely solely on knowledge. Social influence and perception are central to this dynamic. Confidence, visibility, and presentation can amplify your influence far beyond your actual technical skill. Those who grasp this principle can attract opportunities, partnerships, and financial gains disproportionate to their formal competence. Networking is another essential strategy. Relationships are currency in the modern world. People who appear less intelligent but cultivate connections, charm, and trust often gain access to resources, insider knowledge, and opportunities that surpass the advantages of intelligence alone. Social capital compounds, creating advantages that are difficult to overcome purely with IQ or expertise. Bold risk-taking is equally important. Calculated risks, even if they involve uncertainty or potential failure, generate exposure, learning, and opportunity. Those who act despite imperfection leverage the compounding effect of experience and visibility. While cautious individuals miss these chances, strategic risk-taking is not gambling. It is about aligning action with trends, timing, and understanding human behavior. Visibility and timing are powerful multipliers. Being seen, creating trends, and acting at the right moment often outweigh meticulous planning or technical superiority. Many modern entrepreneurs, influencers, and investors achieved their success because they understood how to position themselves in moments of high opportunity. Intelligence alone would not have provided the same leverage. Adaptability and learning from failure also define the wealthy, dumber individuals. They take action, observe the results, adjust, and iterate. Highly intelligent people may fear failure, delaying action until conditions are ideal. The ability to embrace imperfection, learn quickly, and adapt gives an enormous advantage in wealth accumulation. Ethical perception management is the final piece, influencing others without deception through confidence, competence signaling, and social proof amplifies success. Those who understand how to present themselves, their ideas, and their ventures attract resources, attention, and opportunities, often disproportionately to their actual expertise. Combining all these elements, the audacity to act, social insight, networking, calculated risk-taking, timing, adaptability, and perception management creates a powerful framework for achieving wealth. Intelligence alone is insufficient. The modern world rewards those who can execute, influence, and navigate complex social dynamics. History reinforces this conclusion. From Renaissance merchants to modern tech founders, the pattern is consistent. Those who master human behavior, take bold action, and leverage perception and networks achieve extraordinary success. Regardless of traditional intelligence, modern examples abound. Viral content creators, self-made entrepreneurs, and unconventional investors consistently outperform peers with more education, higher IQs, or deeper technical skill. Their advantage lies in audacity, execution, and social mastery. For viewers seeking to emulate this success, the takeaway is clear. Focus on what produces results, not what feels intellectually impressive. Prioritize action over overthinking, social insight over technical knowledge, audacity over hesitation, and perception management over invisibility. By internalizing these principles, you position yourself to compete effectively in a world where execution, influence, and timing trump intelligence alone. To summarize, the path to disproportionate wealth and influence is less about innate intelligence and more about the consistent application of a strategic mindset. Act boldly, understand human behavior, cultivate networks, embrace calculated risks, leverage visibility and timing, adapt quickly, and manage perception ethically. These are the levers that the dumber rich have mastered across centuries and industries. Intelligence is only one tool among many. When combined with these strategies, it can enhance results, but it alone cannot create wealth. By adopting this mindset, anyone can move from frustration to action, from envy to strategy, and from observing others' success to creating their own. Success favors the bold, socially perceptive, adaptable, and decisive. Recognize the patterns, internalize the lessons, and apply them relentlessly. This is the foundation for navigating the complex landscape of modern wealth creation, where action, perception, audacity, and social mastery consistently outperform intelligence alone. Wealth and influence are accessible to those who understand these principles and execute them with discipline. The world rewards effectiveness, not just knowledge. By mastering the Machiavellian mindset outlined in this series, you can position yourself to compete, excel, and achieve disproportionate success in any field, ultimately bridging the gap between potential and realized wealth.